if you put products in your hair that you're gonna have buildup. No. What is up, flockers? That is my fellow lockers and aspiring lockers. I have some unpopular opinions when it comes to the lock game for MICROLOCS specifically, that has to do with the use of oil, leave-in conditioners, and even the maintenance method of interlocking as a maintenance method. So stick around if you want to hear those. As we all know, in the natural hair community as a whole, there are do's and don'ts that people on YouTube and other platforms will constantly tell you about, and the lock community is not exempt from those lists of do's and don'ts. Something that I promote on my channel, and I say it throughout my videos all the time, and I stick by it and I am so true to it, is that at the end of the day, you have to do what works for you and your hair and your scalp. Because just because somebody on YouTube or any other platform is saying it, and just because it works for them or doesn't work for them, doesn't mean that it will work for you or won't work for you. Before I get into anything, what's most important is that you do what works for you, that you listen to your hair and your scalp, and you determine the things that you need to do or don't need to do for your lock journey. So the first unpopular opinion is that you should not be using any type of oils on your MICROLOCS. Again, do what works for you. For me and my lock journey, I treat my lock journey the same way for the most part that I treat my loose natural hair journey or any other journey of hair that I have been on in my life. I have an extremely dry scalp. My hair gets very dry very quickly. So if I'm not adding moisture back into my hair and locking and sealing that moisture in, then I'm going to have dry, brittle hair. And although my locks may not be single strands of hair that can easily just snap off and break when they're brittle, that doesn't mean that my locks don't feel brittle and feel like they could snap off if I'm not moisturizing and adding that moisture back in and sealing it in. So yes, since day one, I have used oil on my locks. I have not had any problems with my locks. Every single lock journey I have had, I have used oil on my locks and scalp. Now, of course, you need to do your research and know what type of oil is gonna work best for you. You know, trial and error to find out heavier oils, lighter oils, because at the end of the day, no one wants to have buildup in their hair. But there's this huge misconception when it comes to locks and MICROLOCS that if you put products in your hair that you're gonna have buildup. No. Okay, I will say that yes, when you have locks, it is harder to wash things out of your hair, but it is not impossible. You can still wash stuff out of your hair. So if you're using super heavy, thick things, then yeah, you might have some serious buildup. But if you're using lighter water-based products or things that aren't super thick, and you're being very thorough about your washes and whatnot, then you're not gonna have issues with buildup, or you shouldn't have issues with buildup. So I am team oil all the way for me and my locks. And maybe oil would work for you, maybe it wouldn't. Again, that's something that you have to determine for yourself and not just take someone else's word for it because maybe it didn't work for their lock journey. Another misconception about locks and MICROLOCS is that you should not use conditioner. People say, oh no, the whole purpose of locks is that you want your locks and your hair to lock up, and conditioner is specifically engineered to loosen your hair and make it softer. Which is true, but using conditioner on your locks, especially once they're more mature, is not going to, again, depending on your hair type and how your hair reacts, probably not going to do a whole lot of damage, or if any at all, to your locks. I've been using conditioner since probably 2 months into my lock journey. I'm now over a year in my lock journey, and I've had no slippage, no unraveling, no issues, no buildup from using conditioner. And I pretty much use conditioner every single time I wash my hair, and I wash my hair at least once a week. So at least once every 7 days, I am putting conditioner into my hair, leaving it on my hair for at least 5 minutes while I'm in the shower, and then thoroughly rinsing it out. Again, not having issues with buildup, not having any type of issues with anything. Like, there's no conditioner stuck in my locks. It's not weighing them down. It's not causing any issues in my locks. What it is doing is it is helping my locks to be softer. What it has done is help my locks and the braids in my hair to loosen up a little bit, specifically for the purpose so that they can lock, because the braids, especially the ones that are tighter, if they don't loosen up, they're just gonna stay looking like braids. So conditioner has actually aided and helped in my lock journey and helping my locks to form and to go through the locking process more so. So again, what may not work for some people may work for you. So you just have to weigh it and figure out what works for you and what doesn't. Another misconception or unpopular opinion when it comes to MICROLOCS is that you should not be using a leave-in conditioner. Again, it's my opinion. For my hair, leave-in conditioners work. I've had no issues with the leave-in conditioners I'm using. I'm not using super thick butter-based leave-in conditioners, but the ones that I do are water-based. They're very thin. They, even if it's a cream, when I rub it into my hands, it's clear. It goes on very silky smooth and it's very light. And again, it helps to condition, to moisturize, and to soften my hair so that it doesn't feel brittle, so that it doesn't feel dry. And I've had no buildup, no issues from leave-in conditioners either. Another unpopular opinion that I have is that interlocking is detrimental and damaging to your hair, and that it will thin your hair out, and that it will cause you to bald and to lose locks over time. Of course, just like with anything, that could be true for some people. And just like with retwisting your locks, if you do it too often and if you do it too tight, yes, you can cause damage to the roots of your hair, to the follicles. You can cause traction alopecia. You can pull the hair follicles from your scalp. You can cause thinning, all of that stuff. Again, same goes with retwisting. So in terms of maintenance, retwisting is no better than interlocking. Interlocking is no better than retwisting when it comes to the amount of damage that you can cause if you're not doing it correctly. So with interlocking, you need to be mindful and careful. If someone else is doing your hair, speak up if they're doing it too tightly and let them know, look, I want to keep my hair follicles. I want to keep my locks. I don't want to bald. Because so often people are quiet about things like that and then they regret it later on when they're balding or when they have traction alopecia. And at that point, it could be too late for some people. And all it might have taken was you speaking up to the loctician to let them know. Because maybe they don't know that they're making it too tight. They can't feel what you're feeling on your scalp. So you have to make sure that you are advocating for yourself and for the health of your scalp. There are people who, yes, have had traction alopecia and thinning and balding due to using interlocking. And again, probably, unless it's hereditary thinning and balding, probably has to do with the traction and from either it being done too often or too tight, or maybe a combination of both. But I have seen plenty of women and men with sister locks, brother locks, MicroLocks that are down their shoulders, down their backs, down to their butts, down past their butts, down to their knees, that they interlock regularly as their maintenance method, and they have no thinning, no balding, they have no issues with it. And so just like with anything else, just because it's an issue for someone else doesn't mean it's gonna be an issue for you, and you can't just blanket a whole community with a rule or something because something didn't work for you. So as always, I want to promote positivity, hair positivity. I want to promote doing what's right for you and listening to your hair and your scalp and making those decisions that are right for you. If you found this video at all helpful, please make sure to hit that like button, as it is helpful to me and my channel and helping to push out my videos to as many people as possible. I am on my way to 1,000 subscribers on this channel. I love each and every one of my subscribers, and I thank you so much for coming along this journey with me. And I ask that if you are not subscribed, to go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well so that you can join the flock. And while you're here, make sure to check out some of the other videos that have popped up on the screen. I'll see you there.